Hello everybody and welcome to or back to my channel, House of C. My name is Cassidy and today catching up with you all on where I've been. I know that I put out a few videos now here and there. I'm trying to be more consistent with YouTube, but before I put my videos out 2 weeks ago for 2024, I really hadn't posted anything in 5 months. So just to give you a little recap, last year where we left off, I got married. So I got married at the Manor House, which is just outside of Denver, Colorado here, and it was absolutely stunning. We really lucked out with our wedding day. It was a very, very rainy summer last year, and we actually had rain scheduled for that day, and we planned on having our ceremony outside. So it was very like, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? We don't know. But we ended up getting to have our ceremony outside, and it was crazy because you watched these rain clouds just go right around us, and then downtown where like there's this view of downtown where it's just raining and it's beautiful and sunny where we are. So it was absolutely stunning. And honestly, I could not have planned or asked for a better wedding day. I actually got to eat my food. I got to enjoy every second and soak it in. I felt so lucky, and we planned it so we could enjoy every little thing that we had going on. So just some tips and tricks for all of you who are getting married in 2024, 2025. This is what I suggest. Get photos done before the ceremony. All of it with the group, first looks, as much family photos as you can. We did end up having to do the family photos right after the ceremony, but that way we actually got to enjoy the cocktail hour. And during that cocktail hour, we were able to go to each and every one of our guests, thank them for coming, and we didn't have to do that during the dinner portion, which most people do. So that was really nice. And then we were able to sit down, enjoy our dinner that way, and dance. We did some sunset photos, and then we got to enjoy our cigar bar. That was the one unique thing that we wanted to have that felt very us. We ended up having a professional cigar roller there who rolled cigars for all of our guests and lit them and cut them and all of that. It was super cool. I'm going to try and piece together a little wedding video for you guys, so be on the lookout for that. And then after we got married, we took a little mini honeymoon, if you will, to Scottsdale, Arizona. We stayed at the Biltmore in Phoenix. It was absolutely stunning. We hung out at the cabana for most of the time and in the pool. The weather was gorgeous. It wasn't too scorching hot, which was nice. And then we took a plane ride from Phoenix all the way to the Grand Canyon, and we flew all over the Grand Canyon, and we got absolutely stunning views. But if you get motion sickness, very, very easy. And even if you don't, because I do not, beware. Beware. I felt kind of queasy because this plane is tiny, and every little bump and every little gust of wind, I mean, you felt it all. The guy who was sitting behind me actually threw up. So thank God I didn't see that. Thank God. And thank God I didn't realize it, because my husband saw it and said that you could smell the puke. And if I would have smelled the puke, I literally would have lost my mind. I would have been throwing up. It would have been an absolute disaster. So proceed with caution if you're going to take a plane from Phoenix to the Grand Canyon and do a little fly around. I don't know, I wouldn't do it again. It's one of those things that I can check off the bucket list and move on and never go back and do it. It was really cool, but I don't think it was worth it. Feeling queasy and ugh. So yeah, Phoenix was absolutely beautiful. Where did we go? Oh, we went to Maple and Ash, which is a restaurant that is in Phoenix and also in Chicago. If you ever get the opportunity to eat there, absolutely do it. Oh my gosh, the omakase, it's expensive, but so worth it. The amount of food you get, it was unreal. Absolutely incredible. It was, it's one of those like experiences that I will never forget. It was so, so good. And then after that, we ended up hosting a little hibachi dinner at our house, all thanks to my friend Alicia. She is a big blogger here. Her account is Denver. Definitely go follow her and check her out if you are going to be coming to Denver, if you live in Denver. She has so many great restaurants and so many cool experiences that you can check out here in Denver, so definitely give her a follow. But she ended up doing a blog with this hibachi company. We hosted it at our house. It was an absolute blast. We had so much fun with our friends, and it was super easy. I would definitely do it again and pay for it myself because it was so much fun. So that was one thing that we did shortly after getting married as well, when we came back from our mini honeymoon. And then after that, our summer really consisted of then my brother and sister-in-law getting married. So through my sister-in-law, a bridal shower and a bachelorette party all in one weekend. It was fun. It was chill. And then in August, my brother and sister-in-law got married. It was beautiful. It was on my family farm. So super cute, very meaningful. And then after that, what else did we do? Oh, I guess I did end up accepting a job at a different company, and I absolutely love it. I get to travel. I have an incredible boss. Everyone there is super nice. I'm so happy with where I'm at right now with my job. I couldn't ask for more. I took a chance. I made the move. It was risky. It always is when taking a new job, but absolutely worth it. Also, kind of rewinding because I forgot this little minute detail, I ended up getting my PMP certification. It is the Project Management Professional certification. It is a highly accredited certification to have as a project manager. It is very hard to attain. Most people do not pass on the first try. I don't know how I did, but I ended up passing on the first try. I was above target on everything. I blew my own mind. So that was incredible. It was an absolute feat. I had been studying for about a year, and it just feels nice to have those letters behind my name and, you know, for people to acknowledge that I am a legitimate project manager and I know what I'm doing. All right, so November ended up having our honeymoon, which was absolutely incredible. So we ended up going from Denver to San Francisco, and then from San Francisco, we went to Singapore, which was a 17-and-a-half-hour flight. It was a little long. And then we stayed the night at the Four Seasons in Singapore, which they were absolutely incredible. And then from there, we went from Singapore to Malé. And from Malé, we stayed at the Waldorf Astoria, Maldives. Don't ask me how to say it. I'll have photos and videos for you all to see. It was the most incredible trip of my life. The Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives is just... The people there are incredible. The food is amazing. The views, the accommodations. I mean, 5 stars all around. You couldn't ask to stay at a better hotel. It just was one of those experiences that you knew it was a once in a lifetime. And we soaked in every second of it. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, I guess Beyonce had stayed there just before we were there. So at the Waldorf Astoria, you do have the overwater bungalows. You have ones that are on land. And then you also have 2 private houses that are out in the water. And then you've got a private island that you can also book for $80,000 a night. And that is where Beyonce and Jay-Z stayed when they were there. And it looks so cool, but oh my God. Obviously, it's for celebrities and billionaires and millionaires, not for us common people. But it was so awesome, and the staff there was incredible, and it felt like a White Lotus experience. As soon as we got there, the people, well, first, rewind. So this is how it happened. We land in Malé, and the staff is there greeting us. They pick up our bags, and they take us to the Princess Yacht. And from the hotel, there is a dock that most of these hotels have boats for. So you get on the boat. It was a Princess Yacht, absolutely stunning. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. So we decided to go up on the deck, and we were served bottomless champagne until we got there. It was a 45-minute boat ride, and it was absolutely just relaxing, and it felt great because it was such a long journey to get there. We met some incredible people from India that were so sweet, and it's just crazy to see so many different cultures here. I mean, I haven't had a trip like that ever in my life, so that was my first big trip across the world. So it was so cool to see everybody from different cultures. There were a lot of Eastern European people. There were a lot of people from India, a lot of people from China and from South Korea. You had Australians, and I think we were kind of one of the only American couples there, which was so neat. But we got there, and then the staff greets you. They are standing there at the dock waving to you as you come in onto the yacht. They hit the gong as you walk by and then give you a nice cold towel and a refreshing drink as soon as you arrive. From there, they take you to a golf cart where you have your butler who is there for you for your whole trip. So you can reach out to him if you need to make any reservations, if you want to do any of the excursions. He is there to make sure that your experience is absolutely incredible, and he did an amazing job. He was so sweet, and he definitely helped us have the best time. From there, on the golf cart, they kind of give you just a whole tour of the island. It is the biggest island out of the Maldives, with it being, I think, 1.5 miles long. There are 11 restaurants there, and they got everything from Japanese to Chinese to Indian to like a very like fresh kind of vegan place. And then they've got the place that has really everything. And I know I'm missing stuff in between there. Oh, they had the Australian barbecue place that we went to called Ledge. And it was by, what was his name? I'll put the chef in here. I've got the food. It was incredible. It is also incredibly expensive to eat there and drink there. So do keep that in mind. Not only is it expensive to stay there, but it is expensive to eat and drink while you are there. But again, it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for us, and we knew that, so we'd saved up and we treated ourselves. As for excursions while we were there, we ended up doing the glass bottom boat, and they take you out to the reef, and they just kind of putz around, and you get to look down and you see all of these incredible fish. You see the reef. It's absolutely massive. It was such a cool experience. It was an hour long. I would highly suggest doing it. We loved it. It was so cool. We saw turtles. We saw all sorts of different fish. It was so neat. And then from there, so we did that one day, and then we also did jet skiing another day, which was super fun. Again, went out to the reef. We got to see massive stingrays. It was super cool. And then from there, there's also like a sandbar out there in the ocean that we stopped at, got some pictures. It was really cool. And then just kind of had some fun speeding around and really driving around the hotel. So that was super fun. And that's all that we did for excursions. Other than that, we just wanted to stay in our room because our room had a pool, and then it had a staircase down to the ocean, and I did a ton of snorkeling, which was super awesome. Again, the fish there, it's just stunning. All these crazy colors of like pinks and teals and yellows. I mean, it was so cool. So absolutely enjoyed ourselves. We were there for 6 days, 5 nights and 6 days, which was the perfect amount. And then we headed back to Singapore, went back to the Four Seasons, and we were there for another 5 days we were there for another 5 nights and 6 days. While we were in Singapore, we did just a lot of touristy things, a lot of shopping. You gotta shop while you're in Singapore. I went to Hermes. I picked up the Kelly belt, the Empire sandals, and the Click H bracelet. And then I did some vintage shopping. So went to Need Vintage, and I got myself an Omega watch. I don't have a nice watch, so I got it for like $400 American. But turns out the bracelet on it is not authentic. So that was very disappointing, and they did not disclose that to me when I bought it. Not only that, but my experience at Knee, they were just quite rude, to be honest, and they were not very helpful at all. The customer service is very lackluster, and I just kind of walked around aimlessly looking at things, and then it wasn't until there were no signs. There were signs for certain bags that said do not touch, so I didn't touch it. Other bags that didn't say do not touch, so I was kind of like, okay, wanted to check it out. And then this girl like started following us around. It wasn't like, hey, how can I help you? She just kind of started following us. And then I asked about seeing the Hermes section, which didn't say on any of their social media, on their website, that you had to do appointment only to see the Hermes section. So I was like, okay, can I make an appointment? I really didn't get a response from that. And then the guy who must be the manager or maybe the owner, he was like, well, what are you looking for? And I said, well, there's a Kelly pochette I'm interested in. And he's like, we only have vintage bags. Very snobby, very rude. And I was like, okay, but on their website, they have a Kelly pochette. So that's why I asked. So left with my Omega watch. I shouldn't have bought anything at all. Me vintage, I just think that they really need to work on their customer service. It was lackluster. So that's all I have to say about that. And I don't like to trash companies or anything like that, but I wanted to point that out, that they were extremely rude. So I wouldn't go there. There are plenty of vintage places at, what was it, East Orchard Square? Oh, Far East. The Far East Plaza. That's where we went. And there's tons and tons of secondhand luxury stores there. So I'd definitely go there. People are much more accommodating, much more friendly. I wouldn't bother with any vintage. What else did we do? Oh, we went to Marina Bay Sands, of course. We had to go, and we had dinner at Spago at the very top. It was right by that infinity pool that you all see from Crazy Rich Asians. The food was incredible. The views were impeccable. It was just an absolutely incredible experience. They gave us the best table that they had because it was our honeymoon, and they were so friendly. So that was absolutely, go to Spago. It is a Wolfgang Puck restaurant. Food's amazing. People are incredible. Views, you can't beat them. So that was great. And then right after that, we went to the Botanic Gardens by the Bay, which was super cool. It's the ones that you see with like the tree kind of looking statues that actually have plants in them. I think it's like a hydroponic deal. So sweet. It was so cool. So I think if we're going to go back to Singapore, we would definitely stay at the Marina Bay Sands just to get that experience. And it's really downtown and central. And then we went and we checked out Chinatown, which I fell in love with Chinatown in Singapore. You have the Maxwell Hawkers there, which is like this open air cafeteria with all these different stalls of food. Oh my God, the Hainanese chicken. We went to Tan Hainanese chicken and it was just so good. So good. We went to a lot of expensive places and ate at a lot of expensive places while we were in Singapore. But go to Maxwell Hawkers, go get Tan Hainanese chicken for $2.50 American. Big plate of chicken and rice. It's a very simple dish, but so delicious. So I can't recommend go to the Hawkers while you're there. So that really was the gist of our honeymoon. I know I'm missing a few things like where we ate this and that, but this is going to be a very long video. And then we really closed out the year with going to my husband's company Christmas parties. He had 2 of them. And then we ended up having, what else? We had a lot going on for the holidays. But it was actually pretty low key. So we had a lot of like Christmas parties here and there. Oh, I had Friendsmas with the girls. We always do a gift exchange. We pick a theme. The theme for this year was Enchanted Forest, which was greens and silvers. So I ended up wearing this incredible sparkly blazer dress from SLA The Label. They're based in the UK. It was an absolute knockout. I had the best gift. I always do because I get my gift from Second Life Jewels. So they take pieces of charms and whatnot off of designer handbags and shoes and bracelets and repurpose them into jewelry. So I ended up getting the YSL necklace and it was so cute, and that thing got stolen like that. So quick. And then we ended up closing out the year. We went to Barolo Grill here in Denver. It's on the Michelin Star Restaurant website, but it's not a Michelin Star restaurant. It was delicious. Went with a few couples of our friends, and it was just the perfect way to end 2023. So that is my 2023 recap, where I've been very busy, especially with my new job, but I do plan on releasing videos constantly, consistently on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But that is it, guys. Comment down below if you have any questions, especially when it comes to going to the Maldives or Singapore. And I will leave another video for you up here, and make sure to subscribe over here or here, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.